Hi everyone, welcome to this class. Today we are going to start the first module of the third mod course in HCNP security. This course is called CTSS and today we'll be covering the first module in this course. This course mainly deals with terminal security or terminal access security, and in this first module we'll discuss the basic concepts of terminal security, the challenges that we face with terminal security, Huawei's solution that we have for implementing terminal security, and how we can manage the entire security infrastructure. So let's start right away with the basic concepts of terminal security and the challenges. We'll be discussing different aspects of terminal security one by one, and some of these things cover the basic aspects and some cover the current trends of the security development or the security market development as far as terminal security is concerned. So let's take a look at these aspects one by one, and then we'll look at Huawei's solution for terminal security. So first of all, let's take a look at the basic concepts or the necessity of terminal security. Why is terminal security essential? If you look at the background, if you look at the history of terminal security, in the late 90s or the early 2000s, we call that the AAA era, the authentication, authorization, and the accounting era, where anyone who was trying to access the network had to go through AAA authentication, authorization, and accounting process. Then came the NAC era or network admission control era, in which apart from the AAA, some other services were added as well, where we also included the Wi-Fi access and control for the mobile devices. And today we have a complete BYOD era, what we call the bring your own device era, in which any devices or any terminals can be used for access the enterprise network, not only the enterprise provided or the organization provided terminals, but the users can bring in their own devices and use those devices to access the infrastructure or access the enterprise IT resources. And in the future, we are going to have the full mobility era, or what we call the ubiquitous access, where we are going to have access everywhere across the enterprise or across all spheres of our life. So that's the future which we will be dealing with. However, the challenges that we face with these current developments and these future developments are that the traditional threats that our networks were facing, our infrastructure were facing, for example, viruses, trojans, and data leakage issues, these issues are still there. In fact, these issues have become and are going to become worse because of the global access or the nature of access, increased access that we have in our networks today. So all these issues are going to be magnified, and we need to have new strategies for accessing or for controlling these issues or limiting the impact of these issues within our network infrastructures. So you can see that currently these are the difficulties that we are facing because of improved and widened access in our infrastructures. We face difficulties in executing code of conduct because every organization has a code of conduct for accessing their networks. However, it becomes difficult when these networks are being accessed from different locations, from different types of terminals, and different types of users, whether they are employees or they are guests or they are customers. So we are facing different types of issues. It becomes difficult to prevent data leakage, and there are a number of exceptions for different types of terminals because you cannot have a single policy for all the terminals. Each type of terminals or each set of users have got different requirements, and we need to cater all those requirements and make sure that the security remains intact for our IT assets. And then there are emerging network threats and challenges which are developing every day, and it's extremely difficult for us to counter those challenges without the adoption of modern day techniques or without adopting the latest terminal access or terminal security devices and solutions that are out there in the market and which Huawei presents, and we are going to discuss those in detail during the further subsequent modules of this course. So the solution is that we need, in order to counter or in order to solve all these problems, the solution is that we need to build a policy center for unified network access. We need to implement all these policies, or we need to implement the solutions to tackle all these issues through a centralized policy center. If we can manage all this centrally, it will make our lives easier as a security expert or as a security architect. So the use or the requirement for a unified policy control is the need of the day. It is very important that we have a centralized or a unified policy control so that we can make sure that access to our infrastructure or access to our network through all these means, whether the remote users are accessing our network or the enterprise headquarter users are accessing our network, either through the wired access or through Wi-Fi access, we can control their access, and then we can make sure that our network and our IT assets remain safe under all these circumstances. So the diversity of access mode, the diversity of users and the devices, all these need to be catered and need to be taken care of when we are planning security against the attacks that are happening on our IT infrastructure. And while we are implementing security, or when we want to implement centralized policy control or unified policy control, there are a few aspects of modern day network which we need to understand, and on the basis of those concepts, the modern day access control or terminal security has implemented certain features which we need to understand, and we'll start off by looking at those concepts in this slide. First of all, we need to understand that more than 60% of the threats that we face or our networks face these days are internal to our organization. They result or they come from the employees or the users which access our network from within the organization. Whether they are our employees or they are the guests who visit our offices, who access our networks for genuine reasons, so the threats arise from them, and only 40% of the threats come from the outside world or from the internet. This effectively means that the traditional security implementation of having a border firewall sitting at the egress of our network and protecting our network from external threats is only taking care of a small minority or a small fraction of the threats which are actually being faced by our organization. So this means that we need to focus on the inside as well, and we need to make sure that the users who are accessing our network, either as employees or guests of our organization, their access remains safe and our network remains safe even if those devices or those users or those devices are infected or those users have ulterior intentions or have malified intentions. We need to make sure that our networks and our IT assets remain safe in those circumstances. For that purpose, our network can be divided into different domains. We call them the user domain, the network domain, the service domain, and the business domain. What are these domains and how they work? We are going to look at this in a lot more detail in subsequent modules. However, just to give you an overview, the users who are accessing the network, we call them to be present or sitting in the user domain. The devices which are used for accessing the network, they belong to the network domain. And when the users try to access the network, we need to make sure that those users comply or follow the security policies. That compliance is checked by the devices which are sitting in the service domain. And finally, the business domain includes all those IT assets which the users are eventually going to be accessing, all our email servers, file servers, our web servers, or our application servers. They're all sitting in the business domain where actually the users are going to land eventually, and they're going to access the resources present in this particular domain. So we need to make sure that our business domain remains safe from the users which are accessing our infrastructure from the user domain. And this security is implemented by a combination of what we do in the service domain and in the network domain primarily. Of course, we need to implement security directly in the user domain as well as in the business domain. However, the bulk of terminal security or terminal access security resides within the service domain and the network domain, as we can see in this picture. In this slide, what we are kind of repeating the same information that we initially earlier 2000 or late 90s, we had the terminal antivirus protection, then we had the integrated terminal security, and nowadays we have pan-terminal security, or all-encompassing security for the terminals, which means active and dynamic defense against threats that are coming from the terminals that are accessing our infrastructure. The few terms that are commonly used are pan-terminal security, full functions or comprehensive control, platformization, which means that the security is being implemented at the hardware level, and then the personalization, which means that the users are not only provided secure access, but they are provided a complete experience, or they are provided a complete kind of desktop experience when they are accessing the network. This not only improves user experience, but it also provides security for our infrastructure. This domain is, we call it end user computing domain as well. So we need to make sure that end user computing is secure. Another aspect of terminal security is that different organizations or different environments have different requirements from the network. For example, in an education or scientific or research organization or large enterprises, we need to implement differentiated services for different type of users and devices and terminals. In case of hospitality application or hospitality environments like stadiums, hotels, and shopping malls, we need to implement marketing and promotional content using the IT infrastructure in a secure fashion. And then in sensitive environments or high-risk environments, for example, finance or government or defense environments, we need to implement a high level of security where security is paramount and all the services that are being offered revolve around a central security framework. And then finally, all of this has to be managed and maintained by simplified or simple operation and management infrastructure and optimized management infrastructure or optimized management solution, which we'll see is going to be provided by Huawei's eSite solution. And because wireless security is becoming a major form of terminal access or major form of network access, therefore it becomes very important that our wireless infrastructure remains secure, whether our switches or our access controllers or our authentication servers, all these are put in place to make sure that the wireless infrastructure remains secure, because the threats that are coming by virtue of the wireless access, they are numerous, they are many, and we have to make sure that any users who are accessing the network either through the traditional wired infrastructure or using the wireless infrastructure or wireless means, they are provided secure access and our infrastructure remains secure against attacks that are being generated through the wireless medium or through the wireless infrastructure. Because modern day organizations, they cannot afford to have compromises, or they cannot afford to have leakages from within their organization, because the leakages cost billions, hundreds of billions of dollars to these large organizations across the world. So they cannot afford to have any leakages or any threats or any attacks on the networks, and they cannot afford the networks to be compromised by attackers. Therefore, the terminal security becomes of paramount importance, of key importance. So we need to make sure, in order to have a secure environment, we need to make sure that we have a comprehensive enterprise terminal security implementation, and we have a wireless LAN security implementation within our organization. Only if we can manage both these aspects of terminal security within our organization will we be able to provide a comprehensive security to our IT assets, and thus to the business that our organization is running. So now that we have a basic introduction about the importance of terminal security, in the next video and in the next few slides, we're going to look at the design roadmap and the introduction to Huawei's terminal security solution, and finally we'll look at Huawei's eSite NMS solution as well briefly. And by the way, we are going to look at the details of all these solutions in the next videos as well, in the next modules as well. But this particular module and these couple of videos, these are just providing us a basic overview of the complete terminal security solution being provided by Huawei. So I'll see you in the next video with the design roadmap and the introduction to terminal security system from Huawei.